So what's up? What's going on, guys? J.A. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody had an amazing Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I hope you guys enjoyed and had an amazing time. But we are back to our regularly scheduled programming. In today's video, we're going over the Yeezy January 2022 release preview. I know 2022 is already approaching us. Historically, we know the sneaker industry, they like to vamp up their release schedule towards the end of the year. I'm talking November and December, leading into that holiday shopping craze. And then things tend to slow down in the early months, January, February, and then turn right back up from March for income tax season. So the Yeezy brand is no exception. They're gonna be starting off the year slow, but we're gonna go for the release preview. But first, let's put some respect on these December releases. We had possibly one of the biggest Yeezy release months ever. Let me know which are some of your favorite releases for December. Looking at all of these releases, I'm just amazed at the amount of different pairs. Some of my favorite releases for Yeezy definitely had to be the debut of the new knit basketball. And then I was definitely feeling the resin 450 colorway. So let me know, what were your favorite releases for Yeezy? Historically, like I mentioned, they always like to drop a lot of heat towards the end of the year. I'm thinking specifically to a certain year, which I feel like may have been slightly better. They didn't release more pairs, but I feel like there was just a little more heat that dropped. So we're gonna take a look back at a few previous Yeezys and kind of stack them up, see which year comes out on top. Now, if we go all the way back to 2018, at the end of the year, I do remember they debuted the 700 V2 Static, which is an all-time classic. And then 2019, definitely was a banger. I mean, looking at what we had in 2019, we had the 380 Alien, which did actually debut in November, but then it had a nationwide release in December. We had the Yeezy Real 350s, which were kind of cool. They dropped in a reflective and non-reflective version. Of course, we had the 700 V1 Carbon, which is kind of like one of those low-key underrated V1s that a lot of people even forgot to drop, but definitely are going for crazy, insane prices now on the secondary market. So we also had the debut of the Yeezy 500 High in the slate colorway, which I wasn't feeling so much, but definitely was happy to see a new silhouette debut. We also had the Yeezy Slides drop for the first time, and I don't have to say much about the slides, but remember, everyone hated them. Now they love them, the Yeezy effect. We had the 350 V2 Ye Chills, which were one of my last 350 V2s that I actually rocked in my collection and definitely was a great pickup. And then the banger for 2019 most definitely had to be the debut of the 700 V3 Azale. So this release was absolutely crazy. I still remember copping these early. During this time, everybody was really hyped for the Yeezy Quantum. We saw Ye rocking them a few times here and there. We were waiting on them, and then all of a sudden, these joints came out of nowhere. The Yeezy Quantum ended up being delayed to 2020, but we weren't really tripping because we had this new Yeezy. The 700 V3 Azale definitely had to be the sneaker of the year for 2019. Now I'm gonna just go right off the bat and say that 2020 December releases were somewhat of a disappointment, but I'll explain a little bit why. Now for December 2020, probably the biggest release for that month definitely had to be the re-release of the 350 V2 Bread. That was one of the classic OG 350 colorways that people go crazy for. So it was a great release. They dropped an insane amount of stock and a lot of people were happy. A lot of people were able to cop. They also dropped the Zebras for the time. We had the 380 Highlight, the 380 Azure, and Limonite. So the 380s dropped in reflective and non-reflective colorways. Of course, we had the 350 Sand Taupe, the 700 V3 Clay Brown, and then we got the Quantum basketball lifestyle version of the Frozen Blue. So to me, the 380s were somewhat underwhelming. Wasn't a fan of the 700 V3 in this color or the 350s really. You guys know I don't go too crazy about the retros, but I was happy that everybody was able to cop what they liked. For me, my favorite release of that December 2020 was definitely the frozen blues. You guys know the quantums were going crazy. When we first saw those teased, I was already immediately a fan. So for me, those were definitely a must-have release for my collection. Now, 2020 was somewhat underwhelming due to massive delays in shipping. So a lot of Yeezys were delayed. Most noteworthy, we were supposed to get actually 2 Yeezy foam runner colorways that December, as well as the debut of the 450. So the foam runner colorways were pushed back, as well as the 450 into 2021. So we eventually got them, but it would have been a much bigger month if we would have actually got them for that December 2020 release. So because of that, I'm putting 2019 above 2020. Now, looking at these 2021 releases, there was a lot of heat, but I feel like because the 1050 hasn't dropped, we're still waiting. So if the 1050 doesn't drop, I'm gonna give 2019 over 2020 as well as 2021. So let me know, what was the best Yeecember? Let me know what you guys think personally in the comment section down below. So let's get straight into this January preview. As I mentioned, Yeezy brand is gonna be starting things off a little slow. So no release dates as of yet, but we're gonna cover what to expect as a little slight January preview. So first off, we got the Yeezy 500 Low in the Granite colorway. I have talked to you guys about these yet. Still unsure of what these look like, but one can just speculate of all of the countless 500 samples that we've seen throughout the year. Is it gonna be a multicolor one, or is it gonna be one of those single tone 500s? So new 500 drop in January. We also have the MNVN resin, which is gonna be more in the realm of that green color, similar to the original phosphor colorway that we had a couple years back. So the resin green MNVNs are gonna be dropping in full family sizing. And then last but not least, for the preview of January, we got the Knit Runner Stone Carbon, the second colorway for the Yeezy Knit Runner, which debuted this year. This colorway is going to be more of an earth tone realm, and a lot of people are saying that they prefer this over the original sulfur colorway, and I don't blame them. You got the earth tones, a little more wearable. So let me know if you guys are going for any of these January releases. For me personally, I'm passing on the resin because I already have the phosphor. The Stone Carbon, I'm not in love with them. I'm kind of cool with just my Knit Runner Sulfur. So I'm intrigued to see what we get from that 500 Granite. Is this gonna be another 500 that I need in my personal collection? Or is it gonna be a similar colorway to something I already have, making me pass on these joints? So let me know what you guys think about the January preview. And again, let me know what was your favorite December year for Yeezy releases. Stay tuned, guys, for more updates. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. So thank you to everyone for tuning in for today's video. I'm JA, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Salute.